Hello, and thanks for looking in again. Today I'm just going to do a very short bit on preparing some of these Super 4 points for plating. I've got two here that I've already disassembled, got the rails out, and I've got a couple more here which are actually scrap, but I'm going to demonstrate how I take them apart. And the reason they're actually scrap is because the lugs that hold the very small rail in position on both sides are the weak point, and if they're broken there's not really much you can do with the base. It becomes scrap. Anyway, I don't know whether you can see, but these are the lugs I'm talking about, and how they get broken is when these rails are either wrenched apart when a layout's removed or taken down, or people try and get them out for cleaning. Really very, very critical not to break those. So anyway, these two down here, they're going to yield some good parts. Now I don't know whether you can see, but this rail has actually been arrowdited in, and it's also got quite a bit of solder on it. So let's just see, yeah, that just falls out. The arrowdite hardly does its job, and also the pressure on in here, there's a copper pad that conducts, and it's very dirty, and with it not being fixed down tight you can get a problem with continuity there. So anyway, that's out. That's useful. I can clean the solder off and use that if I get a good one with one missing. Now to get a piece out, this one has got its lugs, but there is inside there, and I know it's very difficult to show you, but there's a small, this part on the fish plate sticks down and retains it. So if you try and lever it up, you will undoubtedly break the lug. So what I do is I've machined down a little pair of pliers, very fine tips, so I can just get them underneath that lug. So what I do is I keep my thumb on top of the rail, get the little tip down and start to ease it. Now I'm pressing down really firmly as I do this, because if I'm not and I lever up with the pliers, I'll just immediately break off some of these lugs. So anyway, I'm just going to try and ease that slightly, and it does look quite frightening, but once you've eased it a couple of times, just released it, you can push it out. And as you can see, I've not damaged these lugs, and here you can also see that the small lug, I've managed to just force it up a little bit, and I can reshape that using these pliers for insertion. So the hard bit is getting those two bits out. Then the next is just normal. Just flex it slightly, and then you can pull out. Well, I can't on this one, because looking at that now, there's a whole wedge of solder there, absolutely huge amount. So let's look at this one. So I just gently flex it, and then I can pull the long rail out, flex it again, pull the curved rail out. This one's glued here, so I can just pull that out, and then this one I'm going to just get my special pliers underneath again. Out it comes without damaging the very small lugs. But as I say, unfortunately with this one being so badly damaged, it is scrap. Next thing is we want to remove the lever. Now in here there is the smallest spring which we don't want to lose. So I'm just going to take the screw out and very gently lift it without allowing the spring to escape, and it's minuscule. Now I'm going to try and get it into the camera. That's just the screw and the nut. So just bear with me. Hopefully you can see that little spring on there, but invariably they are missing. So immediately I just put that into a little container of small point parts for future use. Finally, once the little rails are out, it's just a question of easing these small copper connectors, an insulator and another connector. This one's held by glue, so I'm just going to lever it. Glue's got everywhere. And then once that's been eased, I can just remove the remaining parts. Unfortunately, yet another scrap base. But I am accumulating quite a few nice spares to make up any good ones. So I've got springs and other little pieces in there. Okay, just going to clear this workbench and then we'll start cleaning the rails up a bit. Right, so what we've got here is two left-hand points from the test layout and their associated metal parts. The two large rails and the two small rails for each point. So what I want to plate, obviously, are these two large, two small on each point, and then these will just be cleaned up. So, as we've seen in previous videos, these are going to be going into the tank of derusting solution, and then they'll be cleaned, put into the acid pickle, and then into the plating machine. And hopefully next time I'll be able to show you how I reassemble the points and then get the test layout working. Anyway, thanks for looking in again, and I'm sorry this video has been a bit short, but there's been lots of other things occurring this week, so I haven't had so much time for the railway. But hopefully we'll have a big update next time, and I'll look forward to seeing you all then. Goodbye.